Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another Patreon sponsored blind reaction. And this one comes to you courtesy of Jugio, who has requested that I react to another death battle. This time it's Mario vs. Sonic, the special 100th episode death battle. And I gotta say, that's about as big a matchup as you could possibly have for this 100th episode. That is, yeah, that's a big deal. Mario and Sonic, that is something, pitting them together as it's existed as an idea for a really long time now. Mostly because of what it represents on like a more metatextual level, just because, I mean, obviously they're the mascots. It's the mascot of Nintendo, the mascot of Sega, and that was, for like basically my childhood, the console war, Nintendo and Sega. So yeah, just the idea of these two competing is something that's been around. And I mean, they've even made games where that actually does happen. I mean, they're both in Smash. They've been in that for a while, and they had like some kind of other thing that they did. I think it was like a sports type deal. So yeah, people have always been rather interested in the idea of these two up against each other. Personally, I mean, it's kind of a weird, like, I get it on that level, but it's kind of a weird, like, combination otherwise, just because the characters seem so very different to me as characters. I don't know. Personally, I find it hard. I mean, it's weird. Mario, depending on what games you're talking about, what he can do is it's all over the place. So I don't really know. I don't really know how this is going to work. Sonic, I think, seems a bit more consistent. And really, because of his speed, I'm tempted to give him the advantage. But I don't know. Mario, actually trying to quantify Mario, to me, it seems like you could end up anywhere with that. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy. But before we even get to the video, I did agree with the requester to throw in something else. There's apparently this 1.5 minute long video that's kind of set up in a way. It like is it's apparently something that I should watch before I see this, just so just so something in this video makes a bit more sense to me. It is called Introducing Wiz and Boomstick Finally. And I think this is the reveal of like actual character avatars for these two, who have just been disembodied voices all this time. And apparently, since they're going to be in the main video, I should see this first, I guess. That was the logic. I really only agreed to it because it was like just only 1.5 minutes. It's a really short video. It doesn't add much to the runtime of this video overall. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it and see. And apparently it's supposed to be pretty amusing on its own. So and it's too short for me to react to it on its own. So that's another thing. So I just agreed to put it in there and see how it is. And we'll watch that and then immediately go into the death battle. Anyway, here we go.
Is it ready yet, Boomstick? We were supposed to start 2 minutes and 47 seconds ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Wiz, I'm getting it.
So what are they going to look like?
Come on, you little...
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, it's fully animated. That's cool.
What?
This thing
Yeah, that
came off the
seems
camera
about
when
right.
I was setting it up. That's never happened before.
That's a lens cover. It protects the lens from dust and debris.
So, did I break it?
Boomstick, are you telling me every single time you've set up the camera for the past 7 years, almost 100
Wow.
episodes and counting, you've never taken the cap off?
Well, why would I? Then the lens could get broken, Wiz.
Yeah.
So, no one has ever been able to see us?
Maybe. Come on, Wiz, you're supposed to check these things.
Check them? When do I have the time? I have research to do!
Well, I certainly don't have time. I got a lot of research to do myself, you know.
Oh, yes!
This is kind of weird. It's going to take some getting used to.
Beer. What groundbreaking analysis! I can't believe this. No wonder I never
Nice
get
robot
stopped
arm.
in the streets and praised for my work.
Wow.
Listen, Wiz,
Of course.
let's not fight. There's really only one thing we can do.
Putting it behind us and start showing our faces, starting with our special 100th episode.
Sure, but I was thinking more blame the intern.
Let's do both.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, well that was fun. I mean, it's probably not that important, but now I...
Check out 23andMe, a DNA testing
I won't be
service that can
surprised.
offer insight into your ancestry, health, wellness, and traits. The 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service includes reports on how your DNA can influence your weight, sleep quality, sense of taste, and more. It's super easy to do. You just spit into the tube and mail it back to their lab to be analyzed. I learned a lot about my family.
Not really
tree,
so sure about those kind of
lactose
things.
intolerant. Order your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit at 23andMe.
Not sure I want that information on file
That's
somewhere.
The number 23andme.com/deathbattle.
Screw attack. Death battle.
Their rivalry is legendary.
Yeah.
Their fame, unmatched. This battle has gone on for nearly 3 decades, but today, it finally comes to an end.
Does it?
Mario,
I'm pretty sure it'll
Nintendo's
continue.
whimsical Italian turtle crusher.
But
And Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega's specialist
I guess
of
we'll see.
speed.
Time to find out if Sega really does.
And there they
what
are.
Nintendo don't.
For this bout, we'll be using the same rules Death Battle has had for the past 3 years. Most importantly, the original video games will be our primary source for analysis.
cool.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Well, here we go.
Plumber, carpenter, doctor. Mario has worn many hats throughout his
He
life,
has.
but he always does so as a hero.
Except for that time he tortured an animal, but no
Wow.
one really talks about that.
Born as one of the
Yeah.
7 star children possessing an extraordinary amount of power,
And extra horrible crying fits.
Mario was assuredly destined for greatness.
Then him and his little bro
Homo
Luigi wound up in New
Nintendonus?
Donk City, where he spent his days throwing shit at
Is that
monkeys
canon?
and, fixing toilets. Not exactly the great heroic destiny I was expecting, but hey, at least his girlfriend was smoking.
But everything changed after a chance meeting with Princess Peach Toadstool. Her Mushroom Kingdom had been conquered by Bowser, the tyrannical king of the Koopas, and her only hope of rescue lay in the hands of the Mario Brothers.
And Mario had all the power he needed to take the Turtle Terror down. He's super tough, super quick, and really, really strong.
Yeah.
Jumped
yeah.
several times his own height, smashed tanks to bits with his butt, and tossed Bowser around as if he's a
All true?
featherweight.
So long, Bowser.
Needless to say, the Mushroom Kingdom was in good hands.
So was the princess. She even gave Mario a piece of her cake. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then, buddy, you deserve it all. Oh, come on,
All
it's
of the
an actual
cake. Oh.
That's good too, I guess.
And if
Yes.
his strength doesn't cut it, Mario has plenty of extra weapons and powers on hand.
He can already shatter brick with his bare fists, but when he needs the power to break down the toughest walls, he busts out the Ultra Hammer. Sounds like a wrestling move Lou Albano would have used back in the day. Rest in peace, Captain.
Forged by 2 master blacksmiths, the Ultra Hammer, combined with Mario's mighty swing, can break through practically any material.
And he's got a ton of awesome power-ups, like that spicy fire flower.
Yeah.
Actually, while Mario used to need this flower, he has since learned how to use pyrokinesis without it.
Well, the
Okay,
ice
well,
flower
that's
lets him
cool.
freeze enemies. The lucky
I'm
belt
sure that
turns him
depends
into
on
a
what
Kit
game you're
Kat,
playing.
And the super
But,
mushroom gives him a power boost and increases his size.
That's the thing with
The
Mario. It's
princess
kind
likes
of
that one.
With his
really
frogs,
dependent on
his
what game you're
swimming
talking.
ability increases dramatically. With the Double Cherry, he can create clones of himself with no power
Oh.
decrease. With the stopwatch, he can freeze time. With the Cape Feather
Yeah.
and the Wing Cap, he can soar to new heights. And with the Starman or Rainbow Star, he becomes totally invincible.
Yeah.
For
But
a short
it's-
time.
Yeah.
And with the gold flower, he never has to
mean,
work another
otherwise,
day in his
there's
life,
not gonna be a
because
match
he's got
here.
an infinite supply of money made of people.
While he can carry several power-ups at once, Mario doesn't always need them to prove his potential.
He's quick enough to maneuver when transformed into a bolt of lightning, and skilled enough to pilot the Star Diver as it
There's a lot of
rockets through
stuff
the
that I'm not really
atmosphere.
familiar with
He's
in the
so
Mario
friggin'
lore.
manly, he took an explosion to the face.
I haven't
that
really
wrecked an
played a
entire
lot of the recent
castle.
stuff.
And even better, he was standing in the middle of this.
Based on a standard tennis court's measurements, we can determine the blast of this fireball covered a radius of over 2,000 feet.
Okay.
To reach this distance, the blast must have had an explosive yield of over 2.4 megatons.
So what you're saying is Mario could totally play tennis with a nuclear warhead for a ball and be totally fine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Also, he can throw a baseball so fast it overloaded this speed gun, implying it was launched over 999 miles per hour. In the Mario World cartoon, he hurled a dinosaur out of orbit. Assuming
Wow.
this creature is of similar size and weight to a Tyrannosaurus Rex, this feat would require a force
But
of
again,
over
is this canon?
135 tons of TNT.
Wait, Wiz, I thought you said we're only using the games.
Any official material counts so long as it's supported by the games, otherwise we'd be ignoring a huge majority of the character's history. Take a look at this chain chomp. It's actually made up of solid gold. Gold is ridiculously heavy.
Yeah.
While 1 cubic foot of iron weighs 491 pounds, a cubic foot of gold is over 1,200 pounds. Luckily, a chain chomp is a perfect sphere, so we can compare it to Mario's height to find that it weighs nearly 6,000 tons.
Wait, did he just leave it in that hole? Cash it in, Mario! That thing's worth $366 billion!
Wow.
That's actually correct.
Well, yeah, that guy on TV who always wants my gold told me.
This isn't even Mario's most impressive feat. At one point, he lifted an entire fortress and punted it through the air.
He does the same
That's
thing in the
pretty
manga,
impressive.
and it's pretty on par with the strength he's shown against Bowser, who's survived collapsing castles multiple times.
Since this presentation makes the castle's size difficult to determine, we measured the entire interior based on
Oh.
maps from the game.
Okay.
By scaling these
I guess
measurements to
that's
the
fair.
castle's smaller avatar, and conservatively assuming a limestone composition, we've determined the castle must weigh more than 61 million tons.
Yeah.
He just kicked
Yeah,
it
Mario's
away like it was
gonna
a
be hard to
friggin'
beat.
soccer ball.
Given the distance it was kicked, Mario must have exerted a force of around 3.5 megatons of TNT.
Wow. I didn't realize Mario
Mario's
was this.
foot is 231 times more powerful
Quite this
than
powerful.
the atomic bomb that dropped on Hiroshima.
Now seems like a good time for a beer. Or 12.
Honestly, Mario's absurd strength shouldn't be as surprising as you'd think. While he's fairly naive and not much of a strategist, he's saved the Mushroom Kingdom from Bowser's clawed grip time and time again. And the Koopa King is tough enough to survive a dip in the sun, or even a black hole.
Don't
Wow.
underestimate Nintendo's powerful plumber.
Here we go!
Somewhere out there, on a strange alternate
And now
Earth,
Sonic.
humans coexist with anthropomorphic animals.
Yeah.
But this world has been assailed over and over by the vile Dr. Ivo Robotnik, otherwise known as Eggman.
Why the heck does he need such a dumb alias when he's already got a name as cool sounding as Robotnik?
But hope persisted.
It's a good
Whenever
question.
the Eggman hatched his scheme, one did not have to wait
mean, I know
long
it has
for
to
a
do
certain
with,
blue streak to speed by.
Translation.
This was Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's the fastest thing alive!
While Sonic has a superhuman physique overall, speed is his speciality. In fact, superhuman speed is a natural trait for the anthropomorphic hedgehog, though Sonic's abilities are far superior to his kin.
Okay, he likes McDonald's
All
Happy
hedgehogs
Meals.
have super speed? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
While real hedgehogs are also nocturnal, not blue, and when they try to make friends with foxes, they get eaten.
Yeah.
So I don't think Sega cares.
Alright then, to stop Eggman from turning all his animal pals into batteries, Sonic cranked up that speed and weaponized it. He can crush his enemies with the spin attack, strike multiple times with the homing attack, go 0 to Sonic Boom instantly with the super peel out, and plow through hordes of badniks with the spin dash. Holy crap! I think this guy would just like vomit all the time.
He's also
Wow.
used a number of power-ups throughout his adventures,
Oh, yeah,
including
he is,
elemental shields. The Aqua Shield is especially useful as it grants him an incredibly high bouncing jump and protection against his greatest nemesis.
Robotnik?
No, water.
Wow.
Seriously,
Wow.
Sonic, bud, learn to swim already and save our ears from that nightmare music.
The blue hedgehog can also gain abilities from small alien beings called wisps.
They can turn him into a fireball,
Okay.
a yellow drill, a black hole, a bunch of stuff really. Even a demonic hungry hippo.
But
Yeah, this
before we
might be
delve
quite
any
the interesting
further,
matchup,
there is
really.
something vital which we need to discuss. It's time to figure out Sonic's speed.
Oh.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
He has boasted that he is faster than light. Sonic has yet to prove this in canon without the aid of additional equipment or power-ups.
Oh yeah, like when he connects to a trail of rings. But you can't take his bragging too seriously. He's still got some of that radical 90s attitude.
I'm out of here.
The highest official description of Sonic's speed labels him as hypersonic, or somewhere between Mach 5 and Mach 10. This actually isn't too far-fetched. The game Sonic Unleashed records his speed, and he can reach a maximum around 3,500, SPD.
He's got an STD. Sonic, it burns when he pees.
Wow.
Assuming SPD translates to metric meters, given the game's Japanese development, that puts Sonic's top speed over 7,872 miles per hour. Over 10 times the speed of sound, and just over the official hypersonic description.
So, is that it?
Well, it's possible, no, likely, that he's faster. In TV shows closely tied to the games, Sonic has dodged meteors, did this with a 10,000 frame per second camera, and
Wow.
even outran lightning. All of which implies that he can move and react around 200 to 300 times the speed of sound.
How about that one time he caught up to a cyan wisp? He said that thing's almost
Yeah, if he could move at the
fast as
speed of
him,
light,
even
it
without
probably
its laser mode.
wouldn't be a
That's
match,
right.
even
the
with
laser
Mario's
is a power
strength.
it grants Sonic, not itself. Still, wisps are incredibly fast. At one point, a group of them flew from Earth's surface to a black hole in orbit in the 20 seconds Sonic and Tails were talking. By measuring the planet's curve here, we can find that the Wisp aliens must have been moving around Mach 200. As Sonic is faster than them, this supports his cartoon feats.
Why isn't that black hole sucking up the Earth? That's what they do, right?
It's more like a pseudo-black hole fueled by hyper-go-on energy.
Yeah. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you just made those words up.
Its
Wow.
presence near Sonic does emulate that of a singularity, and Sonic actually outran its pull for 30 seconds. Due to chaotic accretion, black holes pull non-orbiting mass inward at 30% the speed of light. Sonic's clearly pushing his running speed to its limit here, or else the black hole wouldn't have pulled him in. With this in mind, it's entirely possible that, without additional support, Sonic's maximum possible running speed must be around 200 million miles per hour.
Wow.
That's insane! The fastest man-made object in real life was the New Horizons space probe, which took off at more than 36,000 miles per hour.
It took 9 years for this probe to reach Pluto, but with Sonic's speed, he could make this same trip to Pluto in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
For track and speed, I've always wondered how fast I can chug a beer. Start the clock, Wiz!
Are you gonna start?
I'm already done.
Oh. Okay.
Moving on, even with this unbelievable
Why
speed,
not?
Sonic has far more power hidden up his sleeves.
He doesn't wear a shirt.
He can achieve the form of Super Sonic by absorbing an enormous amount of positive energy from the 7 legendary Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
In this mode, he can teleport large objects, survive planet-level explosions, launch energy attacks, and
If he
fly
gets
near
those,
the
it might
speed
be
of
done.
light.
But guess what? This isn't even his final form.
After
Oh.
the Emeralds received a boost
Of course
from the
not.
Master Emerald, Sonic could achieve his ultimate state of being, Hypersonic.
He's got all the abilities of Supersonic, plus total invincibility, and a hyper flash that insta
Okay, if he gets that, it's
everything
really
around
done.
him. Oh, and he's definitely faster than light now.
Unfortunately, good things don't last forever. Without a steady supply of rings, these superforms can't even stick around for a full minute.
Sonic has resisted mind control from the Overmind, survived re-entry from orbit, and blasted apart a mountain. This would need more than 200 tons of TNT to pull off. And while fighting his evil RoboCopy Metal Sonic, they shattered this enormous stalactite. Holy shit, just look at the size of it!
By comparing it to the buildings in this city and applying the density of
Oh, wow.
granite,
Yeah,
the
it's
most common
huge.
rock in continental crust, we found that this stalactite must weigh almost 47 million tons, which means a break like this would need a force of almost 200 kilotons of TNT.
Damn!
Oh, wow.
He's definitely got
This
what
is
it
gonna be
takes
a good
to save
fight.
the world from a madman scientist, even if
Yeah.
he is kind of a dick.
Well, Sonic may be a bit arrogant, and he's certainly a thrill seeker, but at his best, he's the definition of honest and heroic. He's used his powers to defeat Eggman time and time again, even against gigantic death machines and cataclysmic events.
Those cute and cuddly forest critters can rest easy when Sonic's gotta go fast.
I'll show you how I'll
Gotta throw in the meme.
I'm in a class all my own. Time to put up or shut up, Infinite.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate
Here we
once
go.
and for all.
But first, all this talk of Eggman's got me hungry.
Oh.
For Blue Apron.
Of
By
course.
now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
But did you know about all the different kinds of delicious foods you can make? Like the honey chipotle glazed chicken with poblano and lime rice.
There's plenty
Sounds
to choose
good.
from, since they offer 12 new recipes each week. All you have to do is choose the 2, 3, or 4 that sound best to you, and they deliver it right to your door.
Plus, it's super simple to cook. It's got easy-to-follow instructions and perfectly proportioned ingredients. They're non-GMO, and the meat has no added hormones. My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle to get your first 3 meals free. But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Here we go. This is gonna be fun. Oh, we're going traditional animation, huh? That's cool. I mean, they're already doing it for like the hosts, so why not?
Hello? That's a mine.
Finders keepers, pal.
Wow. Wow. Of course, this is why the fight begins.
Tuffy.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You're too slow.
Wow. Of course.
Come here.
Oh. Nice. Okay.
Give me a break.
Wow. Oh. Okay.
Now I'll show you.
Yeah. You're lucky you have that.
Let's go.
Guess you gotta wait until he runs out of rings. Oh. The moon! Late on that. Okay, and there goes the moon. Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, mamma mia.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Oh.
Woohoo! I'm the winner.
I guess so.
Whoa! How did that happen? I know Nintendo won the console wars, but I really seem to remember Sonic having this one in the bag.
I'm sure Sonic could have won in specific circumstances, but more times than not, Mario takes the victory. Keep in mind this analysis was done with a focus on the games and their closely tied media, excluding alternate contrary sources like the Archie comics or the Mario Brothers movie, where Mario and Sonic are essentially entirely different characters from their gaming counterparts.
Sonic had speed in the bag, obviously, but Mario was way too tough for him.
Their top strength feats paint this picture very, very clearly.
But I know what you're thinking. What good is Mario's strength if he couldn't even hit the blue blur? He's way too fast, right?
Yes and no. While Mario obviously couldn't match Sonic's relativistic top-running speeds, he's moved efficiently as a bolt of electricity.
That's true.
And piloted the Star Diver. Based on our calculations, this puts him
You
at the
did bring
same
that up,
level
so.
as Sonic's own reactionary feats. Since Mario was tough enough to tank almost anything Sonic could throw at him, it was only a matter of time before he tagged the blue blur with a deadly blow.
But what about chaos control? Couldn't Sonic just stop time and take care of things while...
It's heavily implied he knows how to, but Sonic has never actually used the time stop ability in canon. Even then, Mario's stopwatch does the same thing, putting them on equal footing.
Ah, don't do that. Where's my wallet?
Actually,
Wow.
most of Mario and Sonic's power-ups countered each other in this way.
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
even had plenty of options for defending against Sonic's invincible super forms. But Mario also had a much wider variety of power-ups, offering multiple ways to overpower Sonic. For example, he could have frozen Sonic solid, or even turned him into gold. His arsenal would always outlast Sonic's because he's been shown to carry more of them on his person.
Oh, God. Oh, I've seen things.
But even then, Mario's durability blew Sonic's out of the water. Even if we assume the 200 kiloton stalactite feat was entirely Sonic's doing, Mario survived an explosion that was 12 times more powerful. Simply put, Sonic didn't have a lot of viable options that could take Mario down for good.
I always knew Sonic was impressive, but Mario is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm.
Grow that mustache.
Sonic was obviously incredibly fast, but he couldn't compete with Mario's superior strength, durability, and varied arsenal.
He got Mario'd.
After
Wow.
100 episodes, you still can't think of a good pun?
No, but now they can do this.
The winner is Mario.
Well, there we
Thank you
go.
for watching our 100th Death Battle episode, and props to Blind Ferret for that phenomenal battle animation.
To celebrate 100 episodes, we have a
Yeah, that animation
post
was really
pick
cool.
up
That was
early
really
in March,
good.
Right over there.
They definitely went all out on that, and it was pretty epic. Oh. I barely know who either of them are, so okay. There we go. Yeah, that was good. I mean, I really had no way of predicting that one. I mean, because it really is so dependent on the game for Mario. And Sonic does seem like he has the advantage, but really just, I mean, Mario, he did so many crazy things. If you really take that literally, if you all take it as part of the canon for him, of what he can really do, then I guess it makes sense that there was no way for Sonic to really win. I guess not. I don't know. And yeah, the one thing that he had, the whole hypersonic thing. Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, definitely Mario had ways to counter it to outlast it, because it is a timed thing. So pretty fair. I mean, that seems about right. I'm sure there are a lot of people who think otherwise, who argued with this result, but I don't know. I think it seems about like it makes sense. So yeah, there we go. I enjoyed this, and it was cool. I mean, it's cool seeing the actual avatars for Wiz and Boomstick. That's interesting. Nice. Definitely a. It does take some getting used to, but they fit the characters well. So it's not that bad an adjustment. Even if I hadn't seen that video at the start, I think I would have accepted that pretty readily as them. So yeah, it was nice, and I mean, that battle animation, that really was the star here. That was great. Really went all out for the 100th episode, and it showed. That was just really cool. So good work on the whole Death Battle crew. They did a good job on this one. Definitely worthy of the 100th episode, which is really impressive. I didn't know there were I had no idea there were that many. That's just crazy. That they've made all that. Yeah, that's a lot of these videos to make, because these definitely look like they take a lot of work. So they're churning these things. Yeah, they're churning these things out faster than I ever would have thought, and they should be commended for that, because it's cool. They definitely produce quality stuff. Anyway, hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.